Good morning, praise the Lord. Who's helping with little Bertie this morning? Oh, good. You're downpours, the downstairs flooded. So we are upstairs together. Brother Jeremy, Brother Mike Dill, Brother Mike Jarvis, Sister Andrew, our pastor. We're all frantically removing water. Several inches, I would say. Jeremy, that's what I heard, right? Many inches, yes. So it's being dried out downstairs. So we're with you together upstairs here for this, and it's great to be with you. Let's do, how about the devil is a sly old fox? I've done that for a long time. Do you remember that one? You do? Okay, perfect. Do you?
No.
It really has been a long time. Maybe you remember. You don't either? Oh my word, we'll have to do it. Yes, okay, good. Phew. All right, here we go. The devil is a sly old fox. If I could catch him, I'd put him in a box. I'd lock the box and throw away the key for all those tricks he's played on me. But I'm so glad I'm a Christian. I'm so glad I'm a Christian. I'm so glad I'm a Christian. And trusting in the Lord. The devil is a sly old goat. If I could catch him, I'd put him in a boat. I'd sink the boat to the bottom of the sea for all those tricks he's played on me. But I'm so glad I'm a Christian. I'm so glad I'm a Christian. I'm so glad I'm a Christian. And trusting in the Lord. Very nice. Did you remember it once we got going? Yes. Did you remember it? Sort of, kind of? Yeah. Excellent. How about another song? Roll the old chariot. All right, let's do it. Sinners we're picking up. Sick people we're praying for. Okay, good enough. And then we're rolling over the devil. Got that part. Absolutely. Sweet old rolling old chariot along with me will roll, chariot along with me will roll, chariot along, and we won't leave them behind. If the sinners in the way, we will stop and pick him up. If the sinners in the way, we will stop and pick him up. If the Thank you, Mercy, Enoch, Elizabeth. Anybody else joining us? Adam, are you joining us? No. Would you like to stay up as well? Okay. Perfect. Here's one. All right, let's do. Yeah, it's on, isn't it, Gideon? Let's do I Want to Know. You remember that one?
No. Oh, yeah. No.
Yes. Yes.
I know.
Okay. You don't? Well, I'm going to let your sister borrow your microphone just for a second, and then maybe you'll remember. Here, you're going to lead us. All right, so you have to stand up for this one. Oh, they did good. Okay, she's very generous. Very generous. How about another song? Yes. Another song?
No,
Oh,
I
Sister
don't have
Ann.
one. Father Abraham.
Father Abraham, since we're up. Okay. All right, I'm gonna borrow this for Come on over here, Ariel. All right, Father Abraham. So we need to know rights.
This is
Over here.
I know.
Right here. All right, here we go. Nice and fast. Father Abraham had many sons, and many sons had Father Abraham. Well, I'm one of them, and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. Right on, Father Abraham had many sons, and many sons had Father Abraham. Well, I'm one of them, and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. that, it's now mine. Do we have another song?
Yes,
Oh, yes.
I'm in the Lord's on me.
So am I. Okay, good. The sitting was short-lived. Choice. You don't have one? Rocks are heavy. Rocks are heavy. Rocks are heavy. Okay, from the audience. Rocks. Okay, here we go. What's that? Your feet are tired? Oh, your feet are tied. They're not tired, don't worry. She's just managed to wrap the cord all the way around her into a knot. That was very clever. Oh, there's still another song? Do you know it? Do you remember it? Okay. Oh, there's another verse that we have not done. You just sat there drawing, right? Well, get your microphone. Yep.
Drawing on
can tie you up too. All right, we've been talking about the Old Testament. So here's the little challenge for you right now. Little recall activity. Get ready. How many books in the Old Testament? Just think to yourself first. Think, how many books in the Old Testament? When you think you know, put your hand up. Think we know. Okay, Sister Stewart. Oh, 39. Is she right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The other Muriel's not so sure. I was checking in with her. Do you think that Sister Stewart is right at 39? Oh, yes. Now she does. She thinks that you're right. Absolutely. Good. 39 it is. Okay. So now what I want you to do is either think to yourself or talk quietly to somebody sitting beside you. How many of the first 5 can you get in the Old Testament? Okay. Okay, Enoch, you're going to start us out. What are the first 5?
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy, the first 5. What are those called? True? Otherwise known as?
Books of Moses.
Yeah, books of law, right? Absolutely. All right, the next 12 are books of history, following Deuteronomy. Turn to somebody nearby or think in your head, how many of those can you get? In order. Ooh. Johnny is feeling confident today. I love it when Johnny feels confident. All right, Johnny, walk us through. You can get some help from your
I was
friends.
using my hand for Connor.
Oh! Now all of a sudden, not so confident. All right. Can you do it? Oh, Mia's got it.
Joshua, Judges, Ruth.
Wait, they can't hear you.
Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job.
Okay, stop there. Before Job. Okay, how did she do?
Good.
She did well. Excellent. All right, you did good. Nice job, Mia. All right, the next 5 books are the books of poetry or the books of wisdom. See if you can, so turn to somebody nearby, see if you can get the 5 of those. Following Esther. All right, when you're confident, somebody raise your hand. Who's got them? Who's got the 5 next books? All right, Connor, what do you got?
Nope, never mind, don't got it.
Got it, okay. It's amazing. I hate that too. I lose my confidence when my hand goes up sometimes. Ann, Sister Ann.
Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon.
Nice. Very good. All right. This is the last of my confidence. The 5 major prophets. And then it all is like a big hot mess all the time for me after that. Okay, so turn to somebody nearby, see if you can get the 5 major prophets. What comes after Song of Solomon? Andrew, I don't hear you saying much over there.
I'm really quiet when I whisper.
Oh. All right, Mia, you got it? Adam, you know we're coming to you for the last 12, so you better be on your game.
Isaiah,
Okay, Isaiah, she says.
Jeremiah,
Jeremiah. Lamentations, nice and loud. Begins with an E. Ezekiel.
Daniel.
And Daniel, there you go, that's it. So Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, and Daniel. All right. Then, oh, nice. She did a great job. Okay. Last 12 of the Old Testament. Little recall. See what you can do. Whew. Adam, are you feeling confident? You don't even need to look them up? No? Okay. He just knows them. All right, Adam, help us out.
Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jodah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zechariah, Haggai, Zephaniah, Malachi.
Nice, just like that, just like that. Nice to have a young brain, isn't it? It's very good. All right, so all 39 of those books. Okay, so because it's been a little while, we're going to do a little bit. Andrew, do you have those? Yes. Here we go. Okay. Sister Sylvia, I'm so excited to see you and Sister Susan. Do you want to come and make sure that everybody has a marker? You knew, huh? You did. I'll do this side. All right. Markers?
Yes.
No. Yeah. Oh. Yep. Just ones that aren't ready. All right. Erasers everybody on that side. You can do. Okay. There's erasers coming your way. Okay. Perfect. Nice, nice. All right. You might need to share with somebody. You're sharing. That's great. I love it. Here. Anybody else? Yeah. You might have to share with your dear friend then. Did it work? Okay, good. Got some extras there in case we need them. All right, here we go. If you're ready. Mark, Connor and Adam.
What?
Yes. Not Adam. I know who he is. Jonathan. All right, friends. All right, so I'm going to give you a hint. And if you think that you have that book, then go ahead and exit out. There's a free space. We suppose you get a free space.
I already have my
Free space?
You're already got an X.
You already got it X'd out? Good.
Yeah, I did.
All right, this major prophet foretold about the birth of the Messiah. Isaiah it is. Nice. This book is also referred to as the Book of Wisdom. No? Oh. Proverbs it is. Very good. Proverbs, one of the books of poetry. The title of this book means assembly or preacher. And I know Sister Penny Hanscom, if she was here, the 3rd chapter is her favorite, and it tells us there's a time for everything. I heard some, thank goodness, Sister Sylvia and Sister Susan came today. Ecclesiastes, very good, nice. This book that you can find early in the Old Testament is a book of kind of guidelines and rules about how, yes, very good, Leviticus. In these books of history, we learn about Elijah and Elisha. First and Second Kings, absolutely, good. This is the longest book in the Bible with 150 chapters. Psalms it is. Nice. All right, this minor prophet was a prophet to Nineveh. Don't get confused. He was supposed to go there. You're exactly right, and he did. But this, not this particular. This is another one, and he lived during the reign of King Josiah. His name is sort of like the man that went down and was into the Jordan.
Naaman?
Yes, that was Naaman. So what is Nahum? Right? Nahum was the minor prophet. He was a prophet to Nineveh.
So what's the...
Nahum.
I didn't even think that was...
You didn't even think that was a book? Well, it is. All right, this prophet, minor prophet, he prophesied about the Holy Ghost being poured out.
Jonah.
Thank you, Brother Kurt. Joel. Absolutely. All right, this prophet was captive in Babylon, and he prayed to God 3 times a day. Daniel, absolutely. Yes. All right, this major prophet is sometimes called the weeping prophet.
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, absolutely.
So what do you do when you have this thing?
Oh, you yell out bingo.
Bingo.
Woo! That was not very enthusiastic, but yes, we'll give it to you. Bingo. Okay, what do you have for books? In order. We do them in chronological order. Not chronological, sorry. Sequential order. But you could try that too. You probably could do that.
First and Second Kings. What have I got here? Jeremiah, Daniel, Nahum, and free.
Okay, nice job. There are prizes up front on the altar, so feel free, or send somebody in your stead. All right, should we keep going?
Yes.
Yes, for a few more. Okay, we'll do a few more. Yeah. Oh, you ran out of ink. All right, let's see if we've got, I've got a couple here. Can't be running out of ink.
There you go.
Oh, just like that?
I'm an idiot.
I love it. All right, what do you have, Brother Bob?
Jeremiah,
Yeah. Yeah.
free, Daniel, Second Kings.
Nice, absolutely. Prizes up front here. Great. All right. So this author was, he's referred to as the comfort of Jehovah, or the comfort of God. And he talked about rebuilding walls that had been...
Ezra.
Nehemiah.
Nehemiah. Very good. Nehemiah. Nice.
Which one was I supposed to get?
Oh, so there's some lovely prizes here on the front.
It's like Jeremy Socks.
Yes, that's right. Just like Brother Jeremy Socks right there. Love it. All right, in this book, we are told of a man that pleased God, but he had a whole host of horrible things that happened, and we hear. Very good. So we hear about his comforters arguing, Job, right? Which is also full of misery. Just not always, no, and mine is not. Sometimes full of misery. All right. Andrew, do we have any extras that we can get the lows with or no? This particular book is where we learn about how God rescues the children of Israel out of Egypt. Exodus. Very nice.
This is rigged.
It's rigged. In this book of history, we learn about two widows. And there's very good. I heard Ruth. Absolutely. You got two? Oh, there's only one. That's a very special card. You have two.
I know it's not a winner.
Even though you got two jobs on there.
This is in the New Testament.
Oh, well, that's not going to help you at all. Andrea, Brother Benny has only New Testament cards.
You what?
He has New Testament. He's wondering why nothing was there.
Just realized?
All right, in this book we learn about people such as Abraham and Sarah. We learn about Joseph
Bingo!
and Noah.
Bingo!
Oh, that's how we do bingo right there. So that would have been Genesis. All right, Sister Josie, what do you? Oh, we got bingo. Oh. All right, look what you started, Sister Josie. All right, Sister Josie, in order.
Genesis, Exodus, Ruth, Ecclesiastes, and Joel.
Nice work. Come on up. Anybody else have that same card? Then come on up. We're going to trust you. You can grab a prize. All right, I'm going to give one more clue, and we'll see. This is the last book in the Old Testament. Malachi it is. Oh! Who said bingo?
Never mind.
Oh, never mind. Sarah did too? That looks just like you.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, Connor. He stole your card. All right, this particular book of poetry is kind of a collection of love. Song of Solomon.
Bingo.
Oh, all right. And with that, thus endeth our little review of
Did you do one more?
One more? Oh, okay. One more it is. Let's see what we can get.
Bingo.
Did you get bingo? Excellent. Come on down. We like to, Mark likes to tease Emma with this minor prophet. Haggai. Oh, who was that?
Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy. With the Haggai. All right, so can you do them in order?
No, I can't even see them.
He completely blacked them out. Very nice. That's one way to get out of it. All right, and that's it then. Oh, I know. We're not used to it downstairs because we usually play until everybody has a winner, right? Even though we're not supposed to trophies for everybody.
Yeah.
That's it. Yes. All right, so if you can erase them, that's great. And we'll have Elizabeth, you're going to come around and collect all the markers too. Oh, you're going to get prize? All right, perfect. I love it. Very nice.
Sister Anita,
Yeah.
it's 10:41.
Thank you. So last time during Super Sunday, I looked at so many people and said, "What time is it?" Rebecca, I looked at Rebecca and she's like, "Mm-hmm." So I was like, "What time is it?" She's like, "Mm-hmm." And so I'm trying to get Andrea to help me with the time. Anybody that I could make eye contact with, nobody did. I had no idea what time it was. Yes, so thank you. All right, if you have a Bible handy by, if not, shame on you. But if you have a Bible handy by, we're going to 2 Kings and the 6th chapter. So 2 Kings 6. 2 Kings 6, we're just going to hang out you just hang out in the 6th chapter for a moment and I'll let you know. All right, so last time that we were together, which was a couple of weeks ago, we talked about Naaman, and he came, you might have remembered that he came from sort of enemy camp, and at times the king of Aram and the king of Israel were at war with one another. Sometimes they had times of peace and they would interact, and in this case, he came from the land of Aram, and he came specifically because his wife's servant girl knew about a man of God in Israel that could heal him of leprosy. And we talked about how leprosy was a type of sin, and the healing the way that he expected to be healed did not happen. Remember, because he expected that Elisha was going to come out. He had brought all these fine gifts. He brought gold and silver and finely embroidered clothing, and to offer his gifts. He had a huge entourage, and he showed up, and Elisha sent out his servant Gehazi to say, "Go dip in the Jordan River 7 times." And Naaman was offended, right? Like, doesn't he know who I am? Why isn't he coming out? He should just say, "In the name of the Lord," and the leprosy would be gone. We have better rivers than this back in my home country. Why am I going to go down to the dirty Jordan River? But he did, and God had a very specific direction. What was that? When he got to the Jordan River, what was he supposed to do?
7 times.
Right? 7 times, because you were Elisha. You were the prophet, right? Yeah, so he told him to dip 7 times. So there was an act of obedience. And he was to fully be immersed, right? He was not just to get in and dip his toe in the water, sprinkle some water on his head, right? Or on his body. And when he did the 7th time, because I think Enoch, you were naming for us, and it was quite the dip. We were worried that you were drowning down there. But he came up and he was completely clean of leprosy. And so we left off there, and this part of the story in chapter 5 that we didn't get to was then Gehazi did a thing. What was the thing that Gehazi did? Do you know, Mercy? What did he do? Yeah. Some help? Okay, Enoch, what did he do?
He went back to David and said they changed their mind and they wanted their money.
Right, so he followed after Naaman and said, oh, the prophet has changed his mind. We've had some guests coming, and we just, can we just have one set of clothes and just a little bit, to tide us over? And Naaman was like, of course, you can have, here, take two sets, and here's some of this, right, some extra to go along. And Gehazi went back, and Elisha said, where did you just go? He was like, oh, I just been out kind of gathering some things over here. And Elisha said, don't you know that my spirit goes with you? Right. And I saw exactly what you've done. Now that sin, that leprosy, will be upon you. And not only you, but also, that's right, your family and those to come. Don't you notice that a lot? That what we do, our sins, don't just affect us. That's right. But it affects those that are closest to us and those that are around us. And so that's a little reminder. So when we get to the 6th chapter, really fun story, just the first 7 verses, and that's the floating axe story. So do you remember they go out and the sons of prophets are like, it's getting really crowded, we don't have enough room, let's go build a camp. And so they want to go build a camp, and they're down by the riverside, down by the Jordan River, and they're chopping down trees, and one of the sons of prophet, his axe head flies off and into the river and sinks. And he's like, oh no, right? Like, I borrowed that, it's not even mine, I can't even now return it. And so he's freaking out, and Elisha picks up a stick and says, where was it? Where did it go in? And so he points to the area of the river where it went in, and he takes the stick and he waves it around, and it floats to the top. He's like, there you go ahead and get that. Right. And go on your way. Let's keep going for the day. Right. And I know that Mia, we were talking about this last week, and Mia, what was your reaction to that? Because it was a kind of a surprising reaction. Mia said, like, wouldn't it just be freaky to have lived back in that times? Like, just freaky. Like just ordinary things are no longer ordinary. It's just you don't know when it's going to happen, and just weird things are constantly happening. She was a little frustrated about it. Like, it would be a weird thing to live through, and that's kind of like our 2022 mindset, right? Like, we just don't expect that we're going to be living and walking in daily miracles. But where we're going to pick up is in verse 7. So if you take a look at verse 7, you'll find out about what's happening with the king of Syria. Brother Kirk, could you read maybe 4 verses for us? From like 8 through 12.
And the king of Syria warred against Israel, and took counsel with his servants, saying, in such and such a place shall be my camp. And the man of God sent unto the king of Israel, saying, beware that thou pass not such a place, for thither the Syrians are come down. And the king of Israel sent to the place which the man of God told him and warned him of, and saved himself there not once nor twice. Therefore the heart of the king of Syria was sore troubled for this thing. And he called his servant and said unto them, will ye not show me which of us is for the king of Israel? And one of his servants said, none, my lord, O king. But Elisha the prophet that is in Israel telleth the king of Israel the words that thou speakest in thy bedchamber.
Right. So here's what's happening, is that you've got the king of Aram, the king of Syria, who is now at war. And he goes on raids, right? He's taken his men, and they're going to go on raids. And this is at the point in Israel's history where it's been divided, Judah and Israel. So he's talking to the king of Israel. And so, he's going on raids, he's raiding different areas, but every time they get there, somehow the king of Israel has been tipped off, and his army is there ready to protect. So all these surprise raids never happen. And so the king of Syria is so frustrated, and he goes into his army, he says, okay, which one of you is a stinking spy? You've been running back to the king of Israel and telling him my plans. Who is it? Who is actually? And so they're like, hey, look, it is none of us. It is Elisha. Because even private things that you say in your bedroom, he knows them. Yes. and then he tips off the king of Israel. And so then what we read is that the king of Syria he has had it, and he is going after Elisha. So he rounds up, can you grab some? He rounds up soldiers, and he says, find out where he is, and we're going there. So some soldiers find out that he is in a little town, a little village called Dothan. I didn't look this up, but I don't remember in any other place hearing about Dothan. It's probably like hearing about Lincoln. Right? A lot of Chester, I don't know, Enfield, Howland, wherever we want to go. So he's hiding out. Oh, that got Titus's attention right there. It's like, yes, here we go. So he says he gathers up his army, and he said, we're going down to Dothan, and we're going to take care of this troublemaker once and for all. We're going to go down, and we are going to get rid of Elisha, and then we'll raid wherever we want to raid. So his army, Elisha, come on out. Yeah, come on, Elisha. And your trusty new servant that doesn't have leprosy. There you go. All right, so at nightfall, the army descends.
Come on, Army.
Come on, army. They descend and they swarm right in front, right here, right in front. They're poised, they've got all of their weapons with them, and the servant boy, he's stretching, he comes outside, and he sees an army with weapons ready to come. He comes running back into Elisha and tells him what's happening. What do you see? We're surrounded, right? And Elisha responds with,
Do not be afraid, for there is more with us than there are with them.
so this is a puzzling thing to say, right? Because there were two of them, and we had just left off where the sons of the prophets had gone down to the banks of Jordan and they built a camp because there was not enough room at the homestead back in Dothan, right? So they're all presumably hanging out at their new digs. And so the servant, the young servant, is confused about this. And so instead, he looks and so Elisha says a prayer where he asks God to open the servant's eyes. Are you ready back there? To open the servant's eyes. And when he opens the servant's eyes, instead what he sees is a whole host of chariots of fire that are completely surrounding Dothan, completely surrounded them. So when he said, don't be afraid, there are more with us than there are with them, even though they had no weapons whatsoever, the host of heaven was there. And so their eyes were opened, and then God called blindness onto all of the army of Syria. Okay, and Elisha's going to lead them. Go to the back. You're clearly away, not from you. So instead, what Elisha does is he takes the blind, he's leading the blind soldiers of Syria out of Dothan. He says, oh, you're looking for Elisha? I'll show you where he is. And he leads them into Samaria, which was the capital city where the king of Israel and his army was. So when they opened up their eyes, when God allowed the blindness to be gone, they saw that they were in the walled city of Samaria, completely surrounded. And the king of Israel was so excited that Elisha had brought them to him. And he said, can I kill him now? Can I kill him now? He was all excited. And Elisha said, come on now. You know that that's not how we treat those that we have captured. We give them food and water.
Yeah,
God will take care of the rest.
that's right.
So they prepared, in 2 Kings 6 there, it tells us that they prepared a feast
Yeah.
for the soldiers. So eat up and enjoy. And they went home the next day, and what's recorded in 2 Kings 6 is that the raids from Syria ceased, at least for a while. So it ceased during that time period. So one of the things that I hope today is that our eyes, our spiritual eyes can be opened. And we can see, when we sing that song, "Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world," that we are surrounded by a host of angels that God has there to protect us. So when we say, Jesus, be a hedge all around us, he's a hedge around us. So if you don't see that, if all you can see is your troubles and the struggles and those that are out to get you in the situations, ask God to open up your eyes today, that you can see his power and his might. Thank you for being in Sunday school, making up for lost time last week or 2 weeks ago. Let's stand and we'll ask. It's great to have everybody here. And I'm going to ask for Brother Jeremy to dismiss us from Sunday school as we move into morning worship.
Thank you for the chance, Lord God, reading this service. Lord God, thank you for the yourself, Lord God. The stories we've heard, Lord God, and be with us in the next service. You will those have to leave. In your person's name, amen.
Does he pray?
Good soldier.